Could we see another giant purchase from Xbox? Giant purchase US? Yes, Ubisoft. It looks like Ubisoft is looking to be sold. A report dropped this weekend saying it, but will Xbox purchase it? I honestly don't think so, but let's review it. Should Xbox purchase Ubisoft or Ubisoft, however you say it? I say Ubisoft because I like to be different, everybody. Don't forget to like this button, hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. We're going over Xbox news every single day. Let's jump into it with Ubisoft. Here we are at purexbox.com. Report suggests Ubisoft could be the next big gaming acquisition. Private equity firms Blackstone and KKR & Co. are supposedly, quote, already studying the French business. According to Kotaku, who has been in contact with former Ubisoft developers, it's believed the company will eventually sell to someone amid a flagging stock price and ongoing struggles tied to multiple projects. However, Bloomberg sources claim Ubisoft hasn't entered into any serious negotiations with potential acquirers, and it's unclear whether its major shareholder is willing to pursue a deal. So the CEO, Vez Guillemont, the company's biggest investor with a 15% stake, said the company would, of course, review any potential acquisition offers. Here's what he said. He said, Ubisoft can remain independent. Our IPs are sought after by the biggest global players in entertainment and tech. Having said that, if there were an offer to buy us, the board of directors would, of course, review it in the interest of all stakeholders. Now, first of all, Twitter, take note. That's how you talk about acquisitions. You don't say no way, we're not. Get yourself into trouble that way. Anyways, Ubisoft looking to sell, possibly looking to sell. The question is, who would purchase them? It sounds like other investment firms might purchase them. Does a PlayStation go after them? Does a Nintendo go after them? Does an Xbox go after them? Now, does Xbox, we know, has a giant wallet. It's the biggest wallet in the world and has been making blockbuster, huge purchases lately, the most recent being Activision Blizzard. So the question becomes, do they need Ubisoft? And I don't think it's a question of just Microsoft at this point now just buying anything that becomes available. I think whoever they purchase fulfills a need. And so you've got to look at Ubisoft and Ubisoft's overall library here in order to determine whether or not this would be a purchase that makes sense for Xbox. This is all theoretical. This is all, hey, it's open. Would Microsoft go after this? I don't think they would. I'll be perfectly honest. And let's take a look at their games. They've got a Far Cry 6, fantastic. Riders Republic, Rainbow Six. Assassin's Creed's the big one. Mario's and Rabbids is pretty big. Rocksmith, which, by the way, I actually didn't know about Rocksmith. I had heard of it before. But you want to learn to play the guitar? Rocksmith Plus. Pretty cool, actually. Pretty cool. Skull and Bones, which is one I've been waiting for years. I played this at E3 2018, so it's been quite a while. And it looks super cool. Very excited. Of course, we've got Ghost Recon. I think the most successful, long-term game here is obviously Assassin's Creed is absolutely huge, but Rainbow Six Siege is fantastic. One that kind of goes under the way or by the wayside is For Honor. For Honor is also a really well-supported game. Say what you want about Ubisoft or Ubisoft. They have been supporting games like For Honor and Rainbow Six Siege for a while. They just dropped Rainbow Six Extraction. You've got Watch Dogs Legions, which I don't think Watch Dogs. They tried to make this big new IP. I don't know that it is necessarily, but granted, I don't know the numbers behind there. Assassin's Creed is definitely their bread and butter, their big game for sure. I don't think that the games in Ubisoft are a library fit for what's needed in Microsoft. I think what is needed in Microsoft, and if Microsoft is going to make another purchase, I think it's going to be after a Japanese developer. I think that's just, we're seeing news stories about Sonic dropping in Xbox Japan. We're seeing news stories about Xbox Japan working on something new, innovative. And so I don't know that Ubisoft fits into that. I think someone will purchase Ubisoft. I actually don't know that it does make sense for PlayStation if PlayStation can afford it. I do think so. I think that's a nice counter to Activision Blizzard purchase by Microsoft. And yes, I know right now in comments, we're getting people saying, the Activision isn't finalized. It's going through. I have no doubt that it's going through. You don't make that kind of move without making sure all your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted, etc., etc. But yeah, I genuinely, don't forget we have Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, which is coming out. Yes, of course. But I genuinely just don't see Xbox needing this in their Game Pass library. Remember, it's not just a question of individual games being sold here. It's what does our Game Pass library offer to players that cause them to come over to Xbox? What can they get here that they can't get anywhere else that causes them to subscribe to Game Pass and Game Pass for PC? And I think for the most part, Xbox has similar type games covered, especially with the Activision Blizzard purchase. I think they already have Western RPGs. I think they already have action RPGs. I think they already have PvP games, competitive PvP games over there. Again, especially with that Activision Blizzard with games like Call of Duty. So I don't think that Ubisoft or Ubisoft is needed. I could be wrong though. Maybe they go after something like this. I will say I was looking at Rocksmith Plus here, and I remember seeing this before. They need to advertise this more. Look how cool this is. Like if you want to learn the guitar, and it's on Xbox and it's on PlayStation. So freaking cool. I don't have the patience to learn guitar. I really don't. Anyways, yeah, I'm not sure that I think who would end up purchasing this is exactly what the report suggests, an outside investment firm. I'm not sure that any of the big gaming specific players purchase this, or I could even see like a Take-Two purchase this. I mean, they've made some big purchases as well recently to fill out their library, but I don't think that a PlayStation, I don't even know that a PlayStation needs this. What does Ubisoft fulfill? Ubisoft is the perfect third-party player because it kind of has something that everybody already has, but it just has its own take on it, right? In a Far Cry 6, in a Valhalla, in a Rainbow Six Siege, Mario Rabbids even, Just Dance 2022. I just don't see the need for any of the big players, Xbox or PlayStation in particular, to purchase them. Maybe Nintendo does, but Nintendo goes by the beat of its own drum, and I don't see Ubisoft as a good fit there either. I don't know though. Again, I could be wrong. I'd love to know what you guys think. What do you think? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm off? Do you think an Xbox does need a developer like Ubisoft to purchase outright? Do you think that it adds to the Game Pass library? Or am I correct? I'd love to hear that I'm correct. Anyways, let me know in the comments below. Regardless, I think we're going to see more of these purchases in the future. I just think from Xbox, the next big purchase we see, if there is another one, is from some sort of Japanese-centric studio. Sega, maybe. That's the big rumor. I mean, you do see partnerships there with Sonic, and they're a giant publisher. But I don't think it's Ubisoft for sure. Anyways, let me know in the comments below. Again, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys next time.